Let's take you to the Free State now, because the Agriculture and Rural Development Department is hosting an Indaba that's aimed at assessing the current value, economic contribution and opportunities for investment in the province through agriculture. Farmers, entrepreneurs, investors, experts and government entities are all in attendance. Our reporter Refilwe Mekoa is part of our team watching developments there at the Indaba. She joins us now live. And of course, there is no questioning how important a gathering like this is, Refilwe. But the obvious question that comes up is, how do we stop it from being nothing but a talk shop?
Good morning, Ayanda. Of course, as you've indicated that such an initiative is very important for those in the industry, and for it not to be a talk shop. Earlier on, we spoke to one of the farmers, young farmers, who told us that on this two-day event, which was yesterday when it started, she really had a good outcome in terms of consumers and people who were interested in her products. But as I should indicate that the program has already started, and the Premier of the Free State, Mxolisi Dukwana, is also about to address those who are gathered here at the event, and to touch on, as the program states, some of the issues investing in agriculture in terms of the year 2050. But the Premier is here with me himself just to tell us more about what he will be touching on. Premier, tell us more about your presence here today and your presentation.
As a province, we earlier on realized that we need to create the province as a province of choice for investment. And in this case, we also felt that food security is very important, but you can't talk of food security without also engaging on agriculture as a sector. And as such, we then agreed to have this symposium not only as a talk shop, but as our way of looking ahead, and as government to say, what is it that we need to do, bringing all the role players involved, and making them understand that we can achieve more if we work together as partners, and also look at some of the researches that have been conducted, especially with regard to the Free State, and looking at sustainable goals for 2050 and others. And that is why we believe that the Free State is central in, as I say, always in unlocking the food potential of this sector, as we are a big contributor as a province.
Such initiatives and also discussions, how crucial are they for the economy of the province?
The most important thing that we have got to deal with now is actually dealing with the mindset, develop a growth mindset. This is a very emotive subject when we speak of land, when we speak of agriculture, but we need to really overcome such emotive discussions and have an understanding that we need to work together, that we bring agriculture, that it be agriculture for all. And we've got very young, promising and emerging farmers that would like to get space. But we also have a number of organized agricultural sector that is ready to open and form partnership, but at the same time we've got others who are just reluctant and want to maintain the status quo. So it is discussions in these platforms that help to deal with some of the fears and deal with the expectations and bring them to a reality that we need one another for us to grow this province. We are one of the largest producers of some of the products. You're talking about maize, you're talking sunflower, you're talking about that. But we still have many people dying of hunger. And we now realize that people move because the element of food security has to deal with access to this food, and you need money. And people move from rural areas because there's no work, and they come to urban areas believing that they will get work and then have access to food. And this is something that we need to really look at and tackle. And it is in these forums that we are able to share ideas, and it is in the spirit that we do not come from a position that we are government, we know it all, but we say, look, we need to understand what you're feeling, how you think we can deal with these matters in the development of a framework that will work for us in the next 10 or so years.
Lastly, in terms of emerging farmers, would you say that the kind of support that they're receiving from government, at some point, will they get to the level of commercial farmers?
We need to do more as government. We need to avail more support, not only financial support, in other support that would allow them. For instance, we need to use our supply chain, management to unlock the market for the emerging farmers, and for government to do that. We've also looked into what you do as government. We actually feeding people in hospitals, we're feeding people in prisons, we feeding young children at schools, the school nutrition program. How do we use that to help these emerging farmers? And we're able to buy, and they actually start with government buying from them. So those are the things that we need to focus in, and that is what we are looking at as a province.
Thank you so much, Premier. That was Premier of the Free State Province, Mxolisi Dukwana, just outlining some of the plans that they have in terms of emerging farmers here in the province, as well as the overall objective, idea, or aim of this agricultural Indaba and Career Expo here in Bloemfontein. Ayanda?
All right, Refilwe Mekoa, thanks very much indeed for that reporting. Refilwe, as you've heard there, is live to us there from Bloemfontein. All right, the big story, of course, is unfolding in KwaZulu-Natal. We're seeing large crowds of MK supporters already beginning to gather on the streets. Also word that former President Jacob Zuma may very well rock up. We'll get you more on that story and many others that we're watching on our radar.